Redditors with extremely successful friends and family, how do you deal with it? I, 30M, went to a decent college. All my friends are doing extremely well, while I recently quit my job because of burnout. This has happened for the second time since I graduated in 2014. I have zero clarity on what will happen to me or my career. I am still trying to figure out life while everyone around me is so confident and successful. I constantly think myself as a loser as I couldn't do justification to my education. More so when I look at all my successful friends. Goes without saying that I am extremely happy at how well they are doing in life. I can always bank on them to save me on a rainy day. I worked as a lab tech out of school. Super rewarding, but the pay was shit. I wasn't making any gains towards my goals, so after 5 years I forced the company's hand. I was being paid peanuts relative to the complexity and responsibilities. Every year when the topic came up there were BS excuses about why they couldn't actually pay me what we agreed, because market conditions, regardless of the fact that the project that I drove was their primary money maker at the time. Either they were going to give me the wage adjustment we had been discussing and working towards, or I'll be leaving. Came in the next week to see my desks had been cleared out. They replaced me with another guy and let me go. On a funny note, the guy they replaced me with and I became close friends going on like a decade now. Odd turn of events. I realized I needed to change industries. Biotech paid shit relative to what I needed to survive. I took 6 months and found an analytics position with the goal of learning SQL and getting business exposure. During that 6-month window I held odd jobs, mostly call center DevOps type ticket support. That job sucks. Again, though, I ran into issues with the inability to make gains in my income regardless of the fact that my reviews were always glowing and I was once again the primary driver of their money-making project. Ultimately I switched over to data engineering. I found the work more meaningful. I grew up with lots of successful people in my life, including my parents, their siblings, and their friends. Now most of my friends are successful. I am too. But I'll say growing up in the community I did, largely highly successful, Indian immigrants, does a number to your brain. Partially because being really successful becomes the normal outcome, but also because the urge to strive forward becomes a part of your being. While I don't have a ton of degrees many successful folks in my community did, I've held elected office, been covered on major newspapers, won major awards in multiple industries I work in, written op-eds for major publications, been invited to meet with senior White House officials to discuss policy, and was appointed by my governor to a state commission. All of this isn't to brag, but the fact is that I think largely because of my upbringing/community, it doesn't feel like I've done enough. There is always something better I should be doing or some other prestigious accomplishment I should be striving towards. It is a sickness. Thankfully, having a kid and getting a therapist has helped me realize these things about myself, and I'm much less preoccupied with having to always do better. It's helped me focus on my family, my health, and becoming a better cook. I haven't been able to fully turn it off, but I'm a work in progress.